And now we're ready to start the wrestling itself, the 103-pound championship match, the national championship match. And wearing the red anklet and in a red singlet, Tony Perez from Santa Ana, California. He'll be wearing the red and wearing the green on the scoreboard, and in the black singlet will be Mike Robertson of Cary, North Carolina. Those are the contestants for the 103-pound championship match.
Looking at these two wrestlers, Rob, we're looking at pretty much identical body builds, quickness. 3-pounders are, for lack of a better term, a lot of fun to watch. They're going to go at each other. They're not going to spar. These kids doing what they did, they had to get to the finals. We should see some action early in the go.
Just had a good look there at Mike Robertson of Cary, North Carolina. He was undefeated this year with a 51-0 record and the Class 4A state champion. And his opponent, Tony Perez, in the red singlet from California, Santa Ana High, down in the southern section, the Los Angeles area, as Tony Perez spins behind almost with the first offensive takedown of the match.
Robertson with little wrap arm left, kind of a weak shot, and Perez pretty much almost taking advantage of that, coming up with nothing on neutral.
Perez, a state runner-up as a junior at 103 pounds. One match away from placing this year. Did not place in the top 8 in California this year at 112. And Perez, just another of the great wrestlers in California. With only a one-class system, you've got to be one of the greats to even place in California. And Perez, a non-placer here in the finals of the National High School Wrestling Championship, shows you the depth there, is now Mike Robertson with the single leg trying to finish.
Robertson just reached in, kind of changed levels, and got in rather deep on Perez. I think caught him a little bit by surprise, trying to finish this, getting shoulder deep. Perez defensively scooting, and with the leg in, can cheat out with 2 points here if he keeps his hips coming.
Our official Ray Mainville signaling no points yet, still neutral, and now 2 points for Tony Perez of California in a 2-0 lead.
Good defensive stand by Perez. Just hung in there, had the leg in, dug until he got his hip up and got the 2 with the leg in.
15 seconds now left in the first period. The 103-pound championship match, and 2-0 the score in favor of Tony Perez of Santa Ana, California in the red singlet. He brings Robertson back up, brings him back down as Robertson tried to stand up, and that's the end of the first period. 2-0 Perez going to the second. Ray Mainville flips the disc, and maybe it'll land sometime, and Perez with the choice. Looks like he'll take the choice right away, and he'll take down. 2-0 going to the second period, and Perez on the bottom will try to add to his lead. And Perez out right away, and now it's 3-0 with the escape.
Robertson just kind of letting him go on that, probably feels comfortable in what he was doing on his feet, knowing that it was a poor shot. Defensive takedown by Perez, getting in deep again. Perez with great hips, just throws that hip into his face, backs him off, follows up with a counter shot. A little bit high on this, maybe coming out with nothing, but shows prospects in both angles, offense and defense.
Going near the center of the mat, 1:30 left in the second period, 3-0 the score in favor of Tony Perez of California, Santa Ana High in the red singlet. Ray Mainville starts them off, and again, Robertson in on the straight underneath shot, and now he's got the high crotch looking to finish. And Perez again countering.
We're looking at a repeat, except for Robertson went to school and kept that leg clean where Perez could not come through, scoot the leg in and get the 2.
They go off the edge with 1:07 left in the second period, almost halfway through this match. Still 3-0 the score in favor of Tony Perez of California. And now Mike Robertson, Cary, North Carolina, in on the shot again. He's had a few good leg shots, hasn't been able to finish yet.
Just about one step too far away, Rob. That's about it. If he crowds a little more, he's in much deeper on that shot. Once again, not real visible, but Perez throws that hip immediately into his face, as he did there. That's torture. That's tough. He's throwing that hip bone right into your face. You back off. and then he makes the official real happy by coming back with a counter shot.
They go off the edge with 36 seconds left in the second period. Still 3-0 the score for Tony Perez. Perez wearing the red, trying to become the first of our 14 National High School Wrestling champions.
There's a deep shot. Now there's a real deep shot. Caught Perez standing up. He is behind him. It's a matter of a finish now.
20 seconds left in the second period here, and can Mike Robertson finish this one? Going out to the side, and Ray Mainville gives the two. It's 3-2 now.
Being out of position, Mainville obviously saw weight on the hands. Weight on the hands distributes into 2 points.
The escape for Perez increases his lead to 4-2 now at the end of the second period. 1 period left to go, and now Mike Robertson with the option. Robertson's going to take neutral.
Robertson obviously very, very comfortable on his feet.
He's had some good shots.
Lacking that little finish.
Third period just begun now here in the 103-pound championship match, and Robertson in on the legs again. He's got Perez down on his butt now, trying to finish. Perez again reaching for that far leg for the counter.
Perez digging outside. If he sits with that, he could take him into a spladle type position. Okay, it's stalemated.
The stalemate called by Ray Mainville. 1:35 left to go, and Perez hanging on to that 4-2 lead. And now Perez with a shot. Robertson stopped that. They're back to neutral. 4-2 still. Robertson of Cary looking for the tying takedown, and he's in on the legs again. Again.
If I'm counting, I'm looking at maybe 10 shots Robertson to 2 of Perez, nothing away from Tony Perez, because Robertson is that offensive, and he's doing a tremendous job of turning away, getting the hip down, leg back right now, and Robertson getting way out of position. Perez digging, stepping over the top. He's looking.
He wants that high leg over to try and finish that takedown. Ahead 4-2 and looking for more, and he gets the takedown, and it's 6-2. And with 45 seconds left, Tony Perez really in the driver's seat now.
Wow, that's quality right there.
Drops down to the outside knee there on the left side. 30 seconds and counting left here in the match, and 6-2. Looking more and more comfortable every second for Tony Perez in the red singlet.
Perez being offensive here. He's going to have to improve on that leg. I mean, we're not in a takedown situation. We're top and bottom. He is the top wrestler. He's got to improve off that leg, one way, shape, or form.
Perez standing up with it, now drops down again. Under 10 seconds left to go. And Cary, Robertson looking for a reversal or any kind of points he can, but that's not going to do it. 6-2, and Tony Perez of Santa Ana, California becomes our first National High School Wrestling Champion of 1998. Second place to Mike Robertson of Cary, North Carolina. His first loss after a 51-0 season.
Tony Perez showing a little bit of everything. Offensively, did enough to keep the official happy, and I don't mean just weak fake shots. He did pretty well.
We have now Billy Baldwin of our Hall of Achievement award winner of tonight getting ready to talk with our 103-pound champion, Tony Perez.
It
Billy,
seems like you're a major counter wrestler. You're a major counter wrestler. You're a national champion. I want to know how you felt being national champion.
Feel great.
An interesting statistic. I understand this year you were one round away in the California State Championships from placing. You were runner-up last year, and this year you were one round away from placing. How does it feel to not place in the California States and to come on to be the national champion in the same year, just several weeks later?
I was bummed at the beginning of the state, after state, because not placing and coming as the highest ranked in California. It was like I expected to place, but I knew if I came here, different competition, new people, and just go for it from there.
That's exciting. Congratulations to you.